Hey there, folks. So, first things first, I will address the elephant in the room. Yes, I have transitioned over to using Rider. I was doing some digging into the licensing, and since the last time I looked, they have greatly improved their non-commercial use licensing, and all the stuff that gets around that. So I finally bit the bullet. I decided I was going to start using Rider. So yes, for all the people earlier on in the series who said, oh yeah, use Rider. And I said, no, well, you won. So now with that, I will say I poked around at Rider a little bit. I do like it, but anyways, there is one mistake that I had left in from a previous episode, and that is here, on player's sleep. I had treating that as a pointer when I shouldn't. So we're going to fix that. Going to run a quick build. And for anyone who is observant, it said build succeeded. I made sure this was the only issue in the build since the last time I ran anything. So you can see that's now fixed everything up. Now, where we had left things off on forced hour change, that was going to be something that we processed for our stat line and for everything else that we're going to use later on, things like our AI manager, stuff like that. So where we're going to start is stat line component. We're going to go into its header file here, and we're going to create a new function. U function blueprint callable void. Trying to think what I want to call this. Forced hour changed. Let's see, what was that? Because yeah, this doesn't have any delegates, does it? Go to declaration or usage. Forced hour change. Yeah, there is no parameters for that. One of the other things we're going to be doing is we're going to be fixing up this delegate, because this 4 param, it's way too much. Just 1 param with a struct is what we need. But anyways, so with our stat line component, we're going to, this is one thing that it's going to take me a little bit of getting used to. Begin play. So P message manager on forced hour change dot add unique dynamic. This U stat line component on forced hour changed. I've got an extra set of quotes, brackets in here that isn't needed. All right, so what we're doing with that is basically we are just saying whenever that 1 hour time has passed, we're going to be broadcasting this so that our stats can be updated. So now, what are we going to be looking at here? So right in here, calculate tick rate per day. We are adjusting our ticks based on our day length. So in day length in minutes, we need to start with that. I never actually created that definition. All right, so we're going to start with that. Now, honestly, I'm doing some placeholder logic, and we're going to move this into a better spot. And then where was calculate? Okay, so in here, how are we doing it? So we're getting the tick rate, day length in minutes times day. Oh no, we're adjusting our tick here. Trying to think. Day length in minutes. How did we want to do this? 1 divided by... I think that's just it. It's 1 divided by. Now I gotta find where I put that. Again, I'm still getting used to Rider on that one. Okay, day length in minutes. Int. No, float tick rate equals day length in minutes divided by 24, because that would be equivalent of 1 hour. Then what we're going to call is tick stat with that tick rate. Now, I am not 100% sure if this is the correct formula, but that's what we're going to start with now. So we'll obviously add a breakpoint in here. Now, one of the things I like about Rider, it's actually one of the things I decided to move into. As I mentioned, I wanted to fix up this one here, the player sleep delegate, is I can just go right click in here, add, and you see it's got Unreal class, things like that. It includes a lot of that stuff here. So we're going to call that, this is going to be F sleep data. It's going to be a struct. It's hooked into my Git repository, so I'm just going to do this. And it added in both to that, and we don't need that. So edit, delete that. So include core minimal, include f sleep data dot generated dot h ustruct blueprint type, and then in here it's just going to be public. Okay, so what do we need to add into this? We need, I'm just going to copy this here actually, and we can clean this up. All right, so helps if I spell sleep data generated .h. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so up here include, and this is in our message manager header, data type f sleep data.h. We're going to change this to a 1 param, and this is going to take us a bit of work to fix up. So delegate, and then it's going to be this, and then sleep data, and we can get rid of the rest. No, 1 param, not 1 params. All right. What are you complaining about? It's just not. Okay. Well, for the sake of making sure this is going to work, I'm going to run a quick build, and I will be back as soon as the build is done. Oh, and it finished already, and I actually know why. It's been a little bit, so generated body. missing that. So let's try this again. Okay, this time it's actually building, so I'll pause the video and I'll be back once this build is done. Alright, so that build is done, and as expected, and for anyone wondering why I did it, yes, the build failed. The reason being is I wanted to make sure that I knew where to start from with fixing things up in regards to changing these input parameters. So I'm going to get this one fixed up. It's the first one there. Now, I'm not going to do pause the video every time because these should be quick fails now. But there was two reasons I will explain. One was to get this delegate, which it's still complaining about. Oh, now it's not. To update within everything. And then the other one was to... what do you... Oh. Yeah, so F player sleep event, we need to fix that. That's down here. Alright, so that's that one. This is going to also be one of the issues we've got. On player sleep, add dynamic this. Player sleeping, okay, so... down here again, player sleeping. Okay, well here we need to go F sleep data. Okay, now we need to fix this one up. Well, that's also going to be in our declaration. Go to declaration or usage. This one is probably going to not F. Okay, no, that one worked. All right, so back here. Okay, so let's fix these up. Alarmed. So it's going to be easy enough because the way I copied and pasted to create this struct, it is just going to be preface these with, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to copy just this. Is that working now? Yeah, there we go. Apparently I can't spell minute. There we go. Okay, so alarm.minute. Okay, now let's see. Does this build? And the whole reason, and this is for anyone wondering, that I'm doing make some code changes, build, make some code changes, build, is it's going to identify places that are broken as a result of this code change. Like it pointed out, okay, this function here was being bound. Here we go. We got another one that I didn't find. Okay, so a player character start sleep. Okay. Let's fix this one up. F sleep data. And we're just going to pass this through into message manager. Oh. Actually, no. We're going to create that here. So we're going to go F sleep data. Sleep data. Now we're just going to populate all of this. But yeah, as I was saying, this is the whole reason why I'm doing these build, fix, build, fix, build, fix. is it's going to find all these places in the code that need to be fixed because we changed that delegate's parameters. And here we go. This time around, it's worked. So we've got that here. So now the next thing we need to do is, because I want to move through and start testing this. There is one thing we're missing though, and that is we're missing a sleep actor. Or a bed actor. Now, there's a couple of things. Actually, I want to look at this in the public section, the headers. So we could derive our sleep actor from TF actor, but I don't think we need to, because as of right now, I see no reason for a bed to need the save actor interface. What it needs is our interaction interface, but that's it. So in here, we don't have just a base interactive actor. So base class, right click, new Unreal class, select actor, TF bed actor base. We want to keep all of this in here. We're going to go OK. I'm going to get rid of a lot of this other stuff. And we are going to get started here. So include, well, we need to include our interface. So include interface, interaction interface. Interaction interface, and then from there, let's go through, copy these over. And this is just so we have the C++ variant of these set up in here. So we have interaction, interact, and is interactable. All right, so this one, I'm going to be doing all of this in header. This is going to be return ftext. Actually, no, ftext from string sleep. The interact implementation, what are you complaining about there? Does not have, oh, yeah. So I just quickly finish this up. So, what I get for not paying attention, return true. So what this is, get these in the right places, is these are what well, I don't want to say what they're called. In that case, these are header only functions. Basically what that means is it doesn't need to move through and do additional logic from the source file, because we are only ever returning one thing. Interact though, we need to generate that. Now I do not want a bed to ever tick, so I'm going to change this to false, and I'm going to get rid of the tick function, and we're going to clear that out of the header as well. Oh, and again, I missed override. All right, so what do we want to be doing with this? So, well, it's going to be, I'm only worried about this for the player character for now. Include base class player character. If ATF player character pointer PPC equals cast ATF player character caller actually no, we don't even need that. what did we add to our player character last episode for that? Player sleep, start sleeping. I believe that's the one we want to call. Yeah, so invalid message manager. So we're not storing a pointer to that. We're populating everything. Okay, so this is going to be the test function. Start sleeping. PPC start sleep. I'm going to say false. I'm going to say, and then leave these at default. Now, in here, this is a very basic setup. So I'm going to, actually, I'm just going to do a straight build. So I'm going to build and then hop into the editor, and we're going to do a quick test for this. So I will be back as soon as we're in the editor. All right, so we are back in the editor here. One thing I don't currently have within my assets is a bed. So let me just see what we've got in various different... I'm going to be more, but I'm going to use the body bag. But for now, let's get this actor created. So blueprints, dev... bed. TF bed actor base. Dev bed. Open that up. Now it has, this is very basic. There's no root static mesh or anything like that. This is a very basic class. Once this opens up, let me just move these out of the way. As you can see here, there's nothing to it. This is just a base interactable. Probably something we could have used as a class, but either way, let me just go to find something we can use for a bed. Yeah, as I mentioned, I'm going to be morbid. I'm going to drop in, and we're going to have a body bag. So compile that, and let's see if this actually works. So filter with that, dev bed. Okay, and I'm going to go, oh, come on. Well, you don't want to work. Okay, let's go put that up here by the mushroom. Okay, so one thing I'm going to do here quick, we're going to hop over to Rider. I want to go through and actually bed actor base on interact. I'm throwing a breakpoint here so we can step through everything. So we're going to hit play. And apparently I've got breakpoints in places that I don't need. Why do I have a breakpoint here? Oh. All right, there we go. Let's go over. Jump up. Okay, so as you can see, we're getting our sleep text. So let's interact. Okay, so step in. Message manager is not a null pointer, so we're good there. It's false, and everything else is there. Now let's see, what is our hours to sleep? 0. Okay, so let's see if the rest of this works. Oh, we got our screen fade. Okay, so let's try, and so it's 13:10. Let's see what happens here. I'm just going to get rid of this breakpoint quickly, and we're going to continue. And you can see it jump forward there to 14. Fade out, jump, fade in. Well, I've got 2 hours, so. Anyways, with that though, now let's go take a quick look at our, where is that, forced, oh no, that was in our stat line, that was where it is. Quickly look at that. Throw a breakpoint here. Okay, let's try one more thing. Oh, there's Mr. Wolf down there. Okay, so day length in minutes is 6. Tick rate is... Oh, what do we get? 2. That doesn't add up. So we're going to have to do some work on that there to get the correct time, because... Yeah. No. 2 seconds. So that would be the equivalent of 2 seconds would be 1 hour. No, that isn't right. So obviously, with that, there is... this math is wrong. We are going to need to correct that. But other than that, though, you can see what we've added in here is actually functioning sort of as intended. Things are jumping. Oh, and this is where we're not unsleeping. All right, so we have something else to look at there. Let's try this again. Yeah, why do you keep... Okay. Jumps from... Okay, I jumped an hour. 14. 15. That might have just been because I was dropping all those breakpoints in there. Nope, there we go. We have something that is causing this to break. All right. Well, I am actually going to end things off here. A bit of a cliffhanger. Next episode, we're actually going to fix that so that the player wakes up properly. As always, though, folks, thank you for watching. Hope you found this useful. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Hop over on the Discord. I do tend to respond to things quicker over there than I do in YouTube comments. If you found it useful, feel free to, as I say, leave a like, comment. If you want to go that little extra mile, there is both YouTube Supers and membership, and there is also Ko-fi for one-time donations. As always, though, folks, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.